This is DC Danton Crow Crusader. It's the 17th of August, Saturday. It's weekend. Hope everyone's having a good weekend. I have to address two of our subscribers, Trust Number 1 and Gower Lady. I'll take Trust Number 1 first. You're addressing your comments. There we go. You hear this noise? As soon as we get here. Okay? Regardless of what any of you think, it's always silent when we're not here, and when we arrive and I'm out here, it starts. Whether it's dumpsters, whether it's loading the refrigerated Migros container, whatever, it always starts when I arrive. Not every day, because we arrive at different times, okay? But if it's in the morning, around this time, that's what you get. So, I'm going to move ahead, and then I'm going to start addressing my issues here, which I promised to do under commentaries. Yes. First, why do I buy meat at all? Well, I don't always reveal what I'm doing, what other animals I'm rescuing, and what other animals that I'm caring for in the wild, do I? So, and I do that to protect them, because the evil bird haters are also listening to my YouTube channel. Hello, have a little bit of common sense. So, I'm vegan. I don't eat meat. I hate to even buy it to feed these animals, but I have to, because that's what they need to survive, and they're not getting it. So I have to give them a protein source, like chicken. Now, I do leave some chicken, a little bit, for Jeremy the hawk, because hawks can't live off of sunflower seeds and oats and raisins, and nuts. They do need protein. So once in a while I do throw a little bit of chicken in there for Jeremy. And Jeremy's been coming here since he was a baby hawk. There, okay? I was merely stating the price of meat in Switzerland is so much higher than in Germany. And the only way that I can save these animals and keep them from complete starvation and rescue them is by buying meat in Germany. Do they do atrocious things to the cows? Well, if you would read my book, A Heart for Baby, okay, in e-format, it's an e-book on Amazon, A Heart for Baby under DCDanton.com, you would understand how I feel, because an expose of a Swiss farmer. No, the Swiss farmers pretend that they're better than the German farmers, but in reality, unless they're selling their meat to Migros or Co-op and one of the big supermarket chains, and they had to adhere to certain standards, your basic farmer, small farmer with 50 cows or less, are just as cruel and mean and brutal to the animals as the German farmers. Oh, I do have done undercover work in Germany as well. That's right, I do undercover work for investigations, okay? So, but I don't talk about this. So it's not it's commentary only on the price of meat in Switzerland versus Germany. I hate to buy it, but I need to, okay? Yes, I realize that in Germany, things have really slipped. The first time I came to Germany, I was 16 years old with the German Club in America. Growing up in a beautiful suburbia of America with a great high school. That was the time of the Day-Mark. And things were working out pretty well for Germany. I was also in Germany at the time when the Day-Mark switched over to the euro. And I watched overnight how the prices of food and other services, durable goods, went up overnight. It was absolutely horrible. And I sympathize with you. And I wonder about this EU. I wonder about it, okay? Well, anyway, what I want to say is that that I understand how bad it is and how bad Germany has slipped down. And I totally agree with you. And yes, I know a 90-year-old woman that comes from Constance every week to search for bottles on this end, where the Germans are living over here and throwing bottles that, with refund on them, okay? 90 years old, gets on the bus every day, okay? So, yes, it's that bad. And there's nothing, you said I don't disagree with you, except about the part about buying meat, okay? Yeah, I mean, my book, I'm working on a screenplay. I have someone working on a screenplay right now, and I hope to, I didn't really market the book, but I'm going to market the screenplay. It's more important for me that this comes on the big screen. And it's a worthy story, because I can help more animals and get the information out there about the total destruction to the planet because of the production of meat. So, which I talk about here quite frequently, don't I? Here's our little silver gulls, a little mule gull, our little crows. There you go, babies. I forgot their cashews, but I'll put some on the sidewalk. So yes, so I'm addressing you, trust number one, your comment. You're listening, okay? Now, the Garo lady. Wow. You need to unsubscribe. You're just getting half the story. I have 1,660 videos. This is an ongoing saga, an ongoing story that's unfolded for the last 3 years. Unless you start from the beginning, you're just jumping in at you're just clueless. Totally clueless. Okay? Did Hayfully know who I was when they attacked me that day? Did I bring in the bag of poisoned bread to actually give to the manager? Yes, I did. But he knows me, okay? In fact, he wanted to meet with me and discuss, but there's nothing to discuss. He hates the birds. I'm feeding the birds here. No, the city refused to give me another place outside the city to feed the birds. Answer that question to you, okay? And I've been trying for years. But I was attacked physically by 2 city council members. What do you want? Yes, they knew who I was. They had put a poison feeding station on top of their roof. And I videoed it and put it up on YouTube. Okay? Of course. And their janitor who puts poison down, and their gardener who's been poisoning dogs here by putting Roundup here along the edge of the sidewalk for years, I finally shut him down. Okay? I finally shut him down with the help of the police. Listen to that. If you think that that's a natural sound, you have to be an idiot, because it most certainly is not. Okay? It's to disturb the birds. Anyway, of course they knew who I was. That's why they threw me against the wall and pinned me down. Okay? That's why they did that. Of course. I merely handed the bag and said, take this to your manager and say, someone's throwing poisoned bread here down on your property. And since you have your whole bottom floors full of large glass windows, You know, maybe you saw the person, maybe you didn't, but please keep an eye out for it, because here's the proof. If I were to just go in and say it, it would be meaningless. I had to bring the evidence, okay? Which I later took to the police anyway. But of course they did. Those are the same people who came out and called me the English whore, the janitor who I videotaped harassing the birds, who I knew threw the poison on the rooftop, who I called stupid for doing that. Yes, he took it to the police because he took a video of me calling him stupid, and I got a 1,000-franc fine for it. Just think about that. I didn't even have a chance to defend myself for calling him stupid in English. Now, obviously, that is absurd. You know, that is totally absurd. You're not allowed to call someone, you know, bad, very bad language, but to call someone stupid, this is not profanity, okay? So yes, every kid on the block calls their friend stupid. Anyway, so I wanted to address that to Garrow Lady because your comments are just getting really absurd. And I suggest you unsubscribe. And also about the sludge, this manure that's thrown on the field is called sludge. Please Google it, all of you, and find out about the health hazards associated with that. All I can say, Garrow Lady, is that through my experience, I smell that you come from a farming